institutions discovered that actually that 98% that people thought was junk isn't junk at all. It's absolutely essential for the maintenance of life.
Fascinating fact that the chief rabbi has, the evidence he's given, that whereas we thought that only a minority of the genome was doing something, namely that minority which actually codes for protein, and now we find that actually the majority of it's doing something. What it's doing is calling into action the protein coding genes. So you can think of the protein coding genes as being the sort of toolbox of subroutines, which is pretty much common to all mammals. All mice and men have the same number, roughly speaking, of protein coding genes, and that's always been a bit of a blow to the self-esteem. I have noticed that there are some creationists who are jumping on it because they think that's awkward for Darwinism. Quite the contrary, of course. It's exactly what a Darwinist would hope for. If you take genes that are no longer functional, that are just vestigial, they're not doing anything, and even pseudogenes that don't do anything but are vestigial relics of genes that once did something. Now, this is massive quantities of evidence left lying around the earth in every species of creature that's ever been looked at, is carrying around massive quantities of evidence in the DNA. It's like fragments of a document on your hard disk which are no longer being used. They're no longer on the directory, so you no longer see them. Creationists who are jumping on it because they think that's awkward for Darwinism is the traces, the remains. You see the consequences of the evolutionary process. And you find that it forms a perfect branching hierarchy. It's a tree. And what else could that tree be but a family tree? You find that they form a perfect hierarchical pattern. It's a family tree. Plot out the resemblances and they fall on a perfect hierarchy, a perfect family tree.